Hey guys, this is Lisa and welcome to my first video for Maymay's design team. We are going to be working with this really cute paper called Be Merry and Bright. And the story behind this is Maymay gave me a challenge to not just make some projects for Christmas in July, but to use some non-traditional colors. So we're going to start with this paper pack, and she does have some of this in her store and it is on sale right now, so go grab some of that. I paired it up with her stamp set, Baubles and Bling. It has these really pretty ornaments in here that goes perfect with this pattern paper. So let's get started. This gift card holder is basically its own envelope. You could put it in an envelope and mail it, but with this big thick ribbon, on this one I would have to put it in like a bubble mailer. But my plans is to use this and put it in Christmas stocking. So I wouldn't need that. As you can see, you can put one of these large gift card with the folder and just slide it in here. Or if you had a small gift card, you could just adhere it in there. And this is a 5x7 envelope. So you can see this whole project would fit in there if it wasn't so thick. Okay. Well, let's get started cutting. I decided to use this pattern paper. We're going to need a base sheet. Let me grab my example again. I'm going to need a base piece here, which I'm going to use the stripe again. And then we're going to need a piece to wrap around it. So the base piece is 6x12, and this pattern paper I'm going to use to wrap around it is 5 3/4 by 12 because I wanted to have this border here. And the insert, this piece, is 4 1/4 by 11 1/2. And so on this insert, I went ahead and I scored it at 5 and then came out to 5 1/4 and folded that up. And I made a little strip here just to add some more color before we put the ribbon on. And this is 1 inch by 4 1/4. So since I already have that out, we'll go ahead and glue that down with our trusty art glitter glue. I think I'm going to use the light side of this and glue this dark side down. This is so exciting. It's so warm outside, but to be working on Christmas projects is kind of fun. I love that. Okay, and we'll just put that to the side for a little bit. Now on this, let me put my pen and my glue. We are going to have to do some trimming to get those angle pieces. Now, to know where we're going to trim, we've got to do some scoring. So this is the base piece. I'm going to need is the bigger piece. That's 12 inches. And we're going to score at 3 3/4 on both sides. To go ahead and fold that in. Make sure that looks nice and good. And here's my bone folder. And this is the 5 3/4 piece by 12. We're going to come this and do 3 5/8, which is 1 mark past 3 1/2. I know I hate doing 8ths, but you do need a little bit of room on this project because the paper's so thick. If you were to score it in the exact same score marks, exact same measurements, you'd have a really hard time wrapping it around. Believe me, I tried. Just kind of burnish this down. Okay, done with the scoring for now. Get my trimmer out. So now what we're going to do is we've got to make these angle cuts that come down here. So let's work on that piece. So simple. All we're going to do is cut from the score line down to the opposite corner. So I'm going to line up the score line in the track of my trimmer and line up the other side on that same track and just cut that triangle piece out. And this is what we will have. Awesome. Just gonna make sure I put it in at the right angle because I've done that too and cut it going the wrong way. That'll ruin your day when you only have so much paper. Okay. Here we go, perfect. Now if you're wanting to use some ink and edge around it with ink, this will be a good time to do that. And I have done those in my examples because I love the distressed look. So this was the base piece. We're going to do the exact same thing. We are going to line up that score line and the opposite angle right in that trimmer channel. Just make a cut. Okay. And one more. And we'll have that piece done. Okay. All right. So here's your base piece and your piece that is going to wrap around it. And what I did is lined it up at the bottom. You could have some hang out the bottom, however you want to do it, but I liked it when I'm finished, lined up at the bottom, and then centered here, kind of like a jacket sticking out. And then now you're just going to glue one piece on top of the other, and I found the easiest way is just one flap at a time. Put some art glitter to glue down and glue it. Do the other side and then glue this piece down. So I already have that piece done here, so it's all glued together. I left the bottom part open. That's just personal preference, however you want to do that. So now we want to do, get this in the screen right here, this piece with the twine. I've just got some cheap baker's twine that I have had in my stash. So I'm going to give quite a bit of that, about 30 inches or so, and cut that off. And what I want to do is I want to start and end it where behind this piece here. And we'll talk about how I made that piece shortly. So I'm going to take some sticky tape. And since I know it's going to be covered up right about here, just going to put a piece of sticky tape down. Take that up. And I'm going to wrap it and put it in that sticky tape to hold it. I know I want it to be at least 3 times. And that seems to work well here. And trim that off. Awesome. Didn't need a few inches of that. Now I'm going to work on this piece. What I did was I took May May's stamp set, the Baubles and Bling, and I chose this ornament because I thought it went well with this paper. And I took Versamark ink, stamped it on a round piece of paper, then used some white embossing powder and heated that up. So now I'm going to finish this up. I made another piece that I'm going to use to mat that on. I am going to go ahead and put the rest of my bling here on paper. Make sure I do this right this time. So the way I like to do this is I take my cheap old tweezers I've had for years and I grab the bling, and since it's got adhesive on the back, sometimes it doesn't like to come off if you just pull it. I just wiggle it till it comes off and place it where I want to. And that usually works pretty well. Sometimes the adhesive comes off on them if you don't baby it a little bit, and that's so frustrating. It's like I'm paying to have the adhesive on there. Why would I want to put my own adhesive? Okay, a couple more here. I'm going to put one at the end of each one of these snowflake legs, and then I want a bigger one for the center. Yeah, I think I like this one. I'm going to do this one a little smaller than I did my previous sample. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is take some foam tape and pop it up there. Going in the same direction as the card. Not exactly, but I do think about those type things. I think that looks awesome. And then, well, now we can just use our art glitter glue. Here. So cute. And on this one, I cut out a couple of pieces out of the paper pack. You can do that. Whatever's your preference. So here is the piece of the insert that we're going to put in here. I think I will put a bow on here. I thought that bow was so cute, but I will not put you through the torture of you watching me tie a bow, because I am telling you it would be torturous. Okay, now that we've got our bow semi on, excuse me for that, we need to put a sentiment on here, and I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to take a block and the same stamp set. I'm going to use 'Tis the Season, Bling It On. Put that right down on my block. And I'm going to be using VersaFine, this Onyx Black. It really does a great job if you're trying to do a sentiment, for sure. Okay, I'm just going to test that out. Place it down, give it a few minutes to let the ink soak into the paper. There you have it. 'Tis the Season, Bling It On. Love, love, love. So cute. And that is our project today. You can see you can put a gift card in here. You can use temporary adhesive to put it together so it doesn't come out if you'd like, or leave it the way it is. Thank you so much for stopping by today and watching this video. I'm just getting started with May May, like I said, on her design team. So I'd really appreciate it if you could follow me on Facebook at Half Photos with Scrapbook, or subscribe to my YouTube channel at the same name, Half Photos with Scrapbook. And I promise I'm going to get better at this when I get everything figured out. But thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas!